You right, Theo?
I should be there. Can you hear me?
Yep, we're all good, mate. So, you know, we are live and ready for this race tonight at Bathurst.
Okay, I am trying to find the stream on YouTube. I don't think I can find it
Well,
though.
what I'm going to do, buddy, is I'm going to share my screen for you.
Okay, awesome,
You
thank you.
can just watch basically you'll see what I can see.
Okay, awesome.
There you go, mate. So,
Thank you.
you just talk for a second, mate.
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. It sounds like we can hear you well.
Awesome.
So we have only got 3 minutes of practice left before we get going for tonight's SRE round at Bathurst. These boys have been practicing hard. We are going to be expecting a few crashes tonight, I think.
Yeah, I have been
track.
told that's quite an intense track, and already we've got a car on the grass there. Okay. I'll do. Awesome. So, looks like we have quite a few cars there in the pit lane, and we have just been following a Luxim Lamborghini, if I'm correct there, or Ferrari. They look identical in my head, I'm afraid to say. And there we go, we've got 2 supercars, I shall call them, racing there. We've got a line 1, of which I will, from now on, assume is glow in the dark, and we've already got a spinning. The race hasn't even started yet, and we've got quite a few mumble jumbles there. Really interesting to see, and we're back at the pit lane, having a little look at the cars, taking a rest, and now we've got a streak of black cars going through this corner. Now it's quite a gentle corner, but it's a long one. Oh, and we've got another car there on the barriers. We've just gone straight past it. The screw loose car has disappeared. Already we are absolutely flooding with these crashes at the moment. We are now following a screw loose car. Unfortunately I cannot access the names, but I shall do my best. And going down the curves, and there are tons and tons of curves down here, going through and down and around. There we go. And we are looking absolutely awesome. You can tell the different heights and the corners as well. The chicanes are going to be extremely dangerous here. You can see just looking at that, I think that'll be quite intense. Continuing to follow our friendly screw loose car. Now the big question is, will they be as aggressive as they were last round? Because I don't know if you saw it last time, but the screw loose cars were everywhere. If you talk about a battle, you'll always find a screw loose car in there. Okay, we've got a bunch of cars going down. Whoop, there we go, a little sound effect for you guys. And we are still following our screw loose friend. Oh, I'm not too sure that's screw loose, but I'm going to hope with the brilliant white wheels. Oh, and we're going for quite the rainbow car there.
This is on board currently Luke McEwen, Altus Esports Astro G Logitech driver. Extremely popular team, well-known team in sim racing world. If you are, you know, he looks like he's struggling a little bit in that Mercedes tonight, and he is big shunt at the top of the hill.
A painful spin there. I've already seen 2 spins that have been absolutely fatal, and the race hasn't even started. We're in practice.
This is Ryan Bussen, French driver, in the Ferrari. So he's like this week he's got a new paint scheme on that car, so he can run in.
Oh yeah. But the question is, the behind of that car, is it red or is it pink?
Yes, red. Definitely red. Yep. Oh, so that is the end of practice, guys. We have now got 10 minutes of the AM drivers for qualifying before the pro guys get themselves on the track. So if we just get ourselves, apologise. So I have changed what I'm doing here, and by the looks of it, you cannot change triangle. Okay, that's a new one. So obviously we have been playing around with a new style of overlay. little bit of a shame that doesn't. Oh, we can change the camera angle from it. A bit frustrating. So we are on this at the moment on board with Mikhail Ranenbusen. So he's currently working his way up the hill. As you can see on.
Oh, we are not completely flat there on the track. You can see that we are going up and down and having chicanes everywhere. Already you've got a straight there and sharp turn. I'm imagining what pain this could cause.
It's definitely a extremely busy track. A lot of elevation changes and a lot of chicanes on this track. So it's very much a hard work track. So it's on board with Byron Russell.
I'm thinking it's definitely worth at the moment to have a car that's not fast but one that's got good control there. And Byron hits the wall there.
Now on board with number 99 car, Dan Robbins. So just onto the chase. So he's looks like he's the car first to be on track and the first to be going for a lap. He's been improving weekly so far, doing a great job as such. So we are going just a new Dan's lap as it is. Let's pick up the track to see where everybody is at the moment. So I believe Dan is the first car that's going to be across the line. Stand board with Dan right back now. Into the last turn.
I'm absolutely adoring the paint scheme there. We've got loads of colours. We've got glow-in-the-dark front. I know it won't be glow-in-the-dark, but I'm definitely going to label it that. Looks amazing.
I think he missed a patch on the front right though. Like he's got a bit of blue.
And the wheels are white, disappointingly. We'll see. But it would be nice if they were light, but you know.
Here goes young Dan on his flying lap.
The lights on that Audi are quite glaring. They must be very functional.
Good lights he's got on that. I'll imagine. I don't know if the track's going to start getting dark or whether it's going to stay light for the whole race. Hopefully it does stay light enough for these boys.
We are just going up a corner and we have loads of different twists and turns there on the track. I'm having a little look at the track map and I'm going to decide what shape it is, as has always been tradition for me. I'm having a little look at it now. Just then we've hit the apex a bit, but really great control over the corners. Going down, you must be able to see quite a bit of the track, must be quite daunting there. And going through there, you can see that the mountains have been caved, and we are going down through the corner, going down through the street at quite a speed, and that looks like quite an angle there if you think about it, because we're going down and then we're going straight up. The pressure on the car there must be using extra fuel. I've got a feeling that a fuel stop may be quite popular in this race.
Yeah, these boys, it's not mandatory pit stop, but they do need to make the pit stop if we don't have any yellow flags. That could be what we do get tonight. I'm not going to be too shocked if we do get a yellow flag. If there's any incidents towards the mid-pack at the top of the hill, the track quickly gets blocked, and then you are in a little bit of trouble. That's when we start running out of space with many cars coming up the hill.
Oh dear. I think we've definitely got some crashes. I'm not too sure whether they are crashes to look forward to or crashes to dread. It really depends on whose perspective you are looking, because if you're looking at the driver's perspective, that is not good.
No, definitely not. So just on board with Adam Burstein, he's just put himself third. He's just under half. Sorry, no. Wrong way round. I thought I was on board with Random Burstein. We're actually on board with Burstein. So he's just put himself on pole position by half a second in front of Miles Owens. And then Michael Random Burstein's in third place. So on board with Miles Owens. Just taking himself over the top of the hill.
And going around there, and you've got the corner that goes straight down there. More chicanes as you go down. Good control over the brakes there, and good control over the colour of the wheels there. Purple looking absolutely stunning.
Yep, the old TCE, nice yellow. I'm going to say it's chrome green with the black and then the blue wheels. Definitely stands out nicely.
Reflects the sun. Definitely, yeah, as you said there, Billy, stands out quite nicely. I think it would be a useful thing for when it's dark, for spotters, to watch the car having paint like that. And we are going down the straight there, and it's quite a long straight, but I can predict that we'll have a corner there. Yep, and hitting the apex nice and gently. We've got really great control there. I'm guessing that the track's quite wide, as not many people have ever hit the apex this time. Unfortunately, I feel that we may be having some more major incidents.
Yeah, fingers crossed we don't get too many major incidents. Just so any viewers are aware, we have changed the overlay just back to the normal for tonight. So I'm not 100% sure. There's no camera sort of camera options, so I can't actually give you guys any different camera views, which is a little bit annoying. So we're not going to use that one tonight. We're going to stick with our normal. So we have Daniel Polt with that very bright looking Lambo. That's a Lando Norris design on that by the looks of it. Must be a fan of good old Lando.
We are looking absolutely stunning there. I've had a little look at the shape of the track, decided that we've got a thumbs up, so let's hope that that's a good sign for this race.
Yep, definitely, mate. That's definitely a good evaluation of the track. So, but yeah, these boys are certainly in for a difficult time tonight. This track's not easy at all.
Yes, we certainly said next week, at least you have, Billy, that will be quite a troublesome one. We've had quite a few people giving us messages saying that they won't race because they haven't had enough practice and they don't want to risk this track.
Yep, we have here. So that was the only shame thing we had for tonight. We are a touch low on numbers. I believe we've got about. We're still good on the 20 side, but yeah, this track has put people off this week. Very understandable. This is such a difficult track. It's not easy at all. I do not blame anybody for not wanting to spend more than a lap on this track. As if we have the 12-hour race this weekend.
Oh, yes.
Certainly looking forward to. It looks like Dan Moore is finally out of track, so in that very nice, the painted Altitude Esports car. The usual white and blue being thrown in the bin. Brought to you with a nice flow yellow and fluorescent pink car.
Absolutely stunning there, really standing out. I think we've got quite a car that has been standing out. And we've got very, very loud area there. And I'm loving the colour of the helmet, loving the colour of the controls. And there we go, we're going slightly calmer there, hitting the apex. Really brilliant control. Going across there on my 90-degree angle there. And we are going very swiftly. I'm going to have to guess the brand of that, and I'm going to have to guess that it's an Audi or a BMW. And we are going nice and gently through the starting line there.
I believe Maury is on an out. No, Maury's on a fast lap. I believe he just stuck that in third place, so that's Maury's first lap. Yeah, Alex is correct. Ferrari's a safe bet. It's Theo. It's Theo along with us, Alan. Matthew Dambreen's younger brother. We are training him up to be the main commentator of this league once we get going.
Love to do that.
I tell you what, Mark, I do apologise, and I don't mean to offend. That looks better than your normal paint scheme. That looks the bollocks. Apologies for my language, but I think that looks really, really good. And it's nice to see. You can see it from a mile off. I mean, it looks fantastic. Yeah, so you know, Adam, we're looking at starting the official league in 3 weeks' time. So we have got this week at Bathurst. You want to fight? No, do you know what, Mark? I like your guys' paints, but I just really like that. That looks fantastic. Oh no, Maury's in the wall at the top of the hill, and entry to Skyline, pushing hard, trying to push himself up to
Yes.
the leading.
I think that's our 5th crash, and the race hasn't even started.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a sketchy night. Mr. Croydon, I'm going to hazard a guess that yours are going to be pink. But in regards to GT3s, to be honest with you, Alan, use what you're comfortable with. They all drive relatively. They all drive quite a lot differently. So obviously the mid-engine cars, the McLaren, the Audi, the Lamborghini, the Ferrari, they're quite rotatey. They rotate quite hard. It's same theory with our touring cars, the buggies. When we've gone from the rear motors to the mid motors, you know the buggies they generate more rotation. They don't try to generate traction. BMW's a very safe car to drive. Would be a good car to use. So yeah, you know, if you've got somebody who can help you out in regards to what they could help you try cars out, 100% do that, or wait for the next maintenance. And wait for the maintenance. They will open up all the cars in the testing facility on iRacing, which means you can use whatever car you want on whatever track you want. You do not need to own it. So, right. Thank you. So, we now have the Pro cars. So, the AM cars are over with. So, we're going to go quickly through the AM finishing order. So, Ryan Busser has taken pole in the AM class. We've got Busser second, Maury third, Goodband in fourth, Owens in fifth, Dan Robbins in sixth, Byron Russell 7th, Tristan Rosier in 8th, Andy Murray 9th, Daniel Pole 10th, and then Mark Southgate 11th. So, oh mate, yeah. Best bit of advice for you, mate, to get out with rookies is start from the pit lane, drive around at the back. Once you're out of rookies, you can then start doing what you need to do. Just want to quickly go. I believe we've got Mr. Harper. He's sat at the end of the pit lane. There is Mr. Harper in the Luxsim24 Audi.
Looking brilliant. I'm loving the shot behind there.
Great looking car. Obviously, we've got another Luxim.
With the fabulous tyres there, and we've got a screw loose car after.
There's Mr. McKeown in the Astro G Logitech G Sports car. And then it's I think if he carries on, he's going to upset everybody. Was that V10 sounding quite stunning in the back of that Lamborghini? Great car. Very, very fast car. Very pretty looking car.
Very, very vocal car.
Let's just jump back. So obviously we've got screw loose car ready to come out. I believe that is Liam, Mr. Liam Williams, and then he's got Alex Crater following him at the pits. Oh, we appear to have a few cars that decided to go missing. No, it's still at the end of the pit lane. So we're just giving the guys a chance to let it all settle down. Well, they all head out on the track. What wheel do you have, Alan? You can let us know what wheel you actually have.
Lining up there, looking absolutely fabulous. We've got quite a good separation there. Very clustered, very close together, and we are off by the looks of it.
Fair, Alan. That's not a bad start, mate. It's a good setup to get yourself going with. Looks like the guys couldn't even get themselves out of pit lane. The Pro boys doing an even worse job than what the AM boys were doing. They're all heading out track.
The road. There we go. We've got a nice steady caterpillar of cars there. Let's see what Bathurst can do to them.
Yeah, we're going to stay on board with the... we're going to go to the screw loose car. So, Liam Williams. Follow him round for his first flying lap of the night.
You remember from last race, we had quite a bit of banter between the normal cars and the screw loose cars. So if you just find any battle, you'll find a screw loose car that is involved in it. I'm wondering, will they be as aggressive as last time? Or will they have held back now that this is a more dangerous track?
I'd imagine the boys will be a bit more cautious tonight. I think they'll be a bit silly to be aggressive early on. If obviously we see a big crash early on, we will need to throw a caution because this track is blocked very quickly. Fingers crossed we don't need to do that. And we see some great racing tonight from these guys. So Alan, I've heard some good things regarding the IRFFB. I don't use it myself. So I have a CSW 2.5, same as Alex, just above. Goodwill. I've had mine for 2 years nearly now. It's never, touch wood, I am touching wood. As I'm saying this, never let me down. So, you know, if you was to look to upgrade, especially if you enjoy it, upgrading is definitely worthwhile if you enjoy doing sim racing. It means, you know, if you're going to be doing it, especially with obviously everything slowing down a little bit with RC racing as it is at the moment, 100% worthwhile upgrade, buddy.
And we are going nice and gently with the cars down the turns right there. Quite smooth, we've overhit it a bit on the grass there at the back, but we're going nice and gently so far. We haven't had any major crashes. Let's hope that we won't have any more so far.
DD would be good, Adam, as long as you've got the rig mounted to. You remember obviously with strength, you start inducing flex. If where you have it mounted isn't strong enough, you would probably do yourself more harm than good in regards to having the upgrade. That's all I would suggest. Just like your elder brother's having a bit of a moment back there, mate.
At that now.
That was a big old spin from young Dan Breen there in the background. Pushing hard, probably needs to... I'd say that Lamborghini, I believe that is Matt Crow, has probably gone a bit too soon behind Liam because he's been right on the rear bumper of Liam for the entire lap, which isn't going to do his lap much good. She's not going to help him. That's going to get a humongous slipstream down the straight. Problem is, lap's already ruined.
Going down there, and Bathurst is quite unforgiving because you have times where you just have a complete 90-degree turn, and there are times where you have a massive straight there, and then you have a massive turn, and that could really imply with some crashes, especially during the main race when we have the pro and am cars mixed up.
100%. It's going to be interesting once they all start getting sort of involved with each other. Looks like Matt Caruana was on for a good lap there, but made a mistake at the end of the chase. So we're going to see orders at the moment. It looks like Southgate's gone up to top of the pile. Linus has gone third, so we're going to jump on board with the screw loose car of Linus Arin. He's a very quick driver. He was extremely fast at Sebring before he made a couple of small errors.
And there we are, we can see the pure speed of that car as it goes down the straight. And there we go, we've got another one of our harsh turns down there. More cars continuing, you can see that we've overshot the apex a little bit there. I think that could certainly be painful for some times, but let's hope that we will be having smooth races. So far, we've got a nice smooth corner right down there, and then we're finishing off the chicane with another one of those straights. Oh, and we have a direct corner right after that. We're continuing on, going under the advertisements there, I'll call it, and we are going up, then we're going down, and then we've got loads of turns. And I'm wondering, if you not have good control over your brake, that could be quite painful. We slammed into the sides there to help us keep control. Going round for, I think that's a full 180-degree turn.
That is that was Forest Elbow. Forest Elbow leads onto Cobham Straight. And here comes Linus. He'll be wanting to chuck this car into the chase. Fingers crossed it sticks. And it sticks for him. Braking zone, 125 metre board. Obviously the board isn't there, so you do have to work that one out for yourself. It's looking like a pretty good lap from Linus, so I'm going to say that though, but Matt Caruanas has put himself into pole position for the moment. Well, I will say, one of the early cars to go off, which was Elliot, has not set a lap yet. Now, I gather he's been in a bit of trouble on the lap, so here is Elliot.
We're watching him down there coming through, overshooting the apex a little bit, hitting it quite harshly. I'm wondering if we're a bit tired, because the control over that car is looking a bit gloopy.
That will be an off track for Elliot, so... No, he managed to keep it on track, so Elliot's just done a 2:02.9. That is very good pace from Mr. Harper there. So he's 0.007 ahead of Matt Caruana at the moment, very close. We've got 3 Luxsim cars just heading out pits. These boys have got a couple of minutes left, just enough time to get another lap in by the looks of it. So looks like Luke McEwen squeezed himself between Elliot and Caruana in the Mercedes on the lights, letting Elliot know that he's coming for him right now. That, Mr. O'Brien, if you are still in chat, is a OP setup, sir. So I'm going to give you the thumbs up to that setup. Obviously, no, they're not running the Merc mark. So basically, Luke done it for a bit of a meme. He basically done it to prove a point, you could say. So he raced Elliot extremely hard. At Sebring, to be fair to him, that car is crap. There's no other words for it, and yet he's dragging that thing round at an extortionate pace at the moment. Now for this year, mate, we have got just over a minute to go, and then we will be going racing tonight. 45-minute enduro with pit stop. Should be... Oh, that's Luke in the wall again, so we're not quite sure what to think of tonight. We do know this is an extremely difficult track for the guys to get their head around. So looking at Liam's currently 12th place.
What I'm hoping we can think is that we can hope for the future of the race that we'll have very few crashes, because I know from personal experience that people crashing can cause a bit of chaos. People definitely not happy on the driver's end. I mean, it does give us something to talk about here in the commentator's booth.
Yeah, definitely does. Obviously, the last thing we want to do is be putting these boys under safety car, so it will be an absolute last resort if we have to throw a safety car tonight. Obviously, we want to keep smooth, crisp, 45-minute race for you guys to view. And yeah, fingers crossed, these boys have a bit of luck. So we've got 20 cars that set a lap, 21 cars that set a lap time. Matt Danbreen, Ray Peasy, Matt Crowe yet to set a lap time. Matt Crowe is on track, so he will not be wanting to finish up down there. This is his last chance, because I believe we're coming to the end of the session. We are, so Matt Crowe on his last lap. Thank you, Jamie. Good luck to you as well, mate. I don't know if you are racing tonight. I've not seen you in the session. So, flying over the hill. Improvement video, and It's looking like a neat... Oh, that's a small mistake from Crow. That's a big mistake from Elliot. He needs to move out of the way of Crow so he doesn't hold him up.
Inside, they're going on the edge of the track. As we're hitting the sharp corners going through the chicane and very long straight there with those nice and gentle curves.
Into Forest area. That's a bit of understeer. Matt's caught up through there. Here he goes down the Conroy Straight. So he's hopefully this is going to push him up the order a little bit because, as I said, he's currently in last place. He's only got 2 cars behind him. He's not going to want to be there for the start of the race because it's a very conundrum to be in regarding Bathurst. Starting at the back could do you a lot of favours because you could move through the field in regards to instance of people dropping it, but the problem is you could be the one caught up in it. If the track gets blocked and you get stuck, you're going to be in trouble. So fingers crossed we don't get that. Fingers crossed Macro can actually get a lap in. So here he comes through the final turn, across the line. Where does that move him up to? Puts him in P8. So that's P8 for Macro. We currently just have car 4 just going across the line. So Adam Southgate, he has jumped back to the pits. I believe this is the end of qualifying now. Almost got wiped by Luke last lap. He almost got wiped by Luke on the last lap. Mr. Fletcher. So it looks like the end of qualifying for these guys. We're just going to wait for the official results. While we're here, we're bringing up the race info. So SRE League tonight. We're at Bathurst. We have myself and Theo in the commentary booth. So toasty 22-degree track temperature. Weather's 20 degrees with 50% humidity. Partly cloudy with a 10 km/h wind. Not too much. We've not gone too hot with the track because we didn't want it to be too difficult for people to have to try and deal with. That is our race track set up for tonight. Just waiting now for the overalls to come up. See you on the other side, Alex. Good luck, mate. Just waiting for the qualifying session to finish up. Bring you the grid. Tonight's endurance race. I believe we've only got about another 30 seconds to go before it loads in. There's the qualifying. Bring you our grid. So we have on pole position Elliot Harper. We have second place Luke McKeown. Third, Matt Caruana. Fourth place Adam Southgate. Fifth, Emil Engelsted. We have Linus Aring in 6th. We have Alex Crater 7th. Macro 8th. Matt Rannenbussen in 9th. Adam Bufferstein in 10th position with Liam Williams 11th and Dan Morey in 12th. We have Gregory Van Hove in 13th. Aidan Lucas 14th. Nathan Goodban in 15th. Miles Owen 16th. Dan Robbins in 17th. Byron Russell 18th. Tristan Rosier in 19th. Andy Murray 20th. Daniel Pole 21st. Papa Southgate 22nd. Dan Breen 23rd. And Ray Peasley at the back in 24th. So we have 24 cars taken to the grid. It's crossed. We have no incidents. Obviously, we do not have a full pace lap. The boys only need to do a reload the overlay. Make sure everything's all good for you guys. There we go. So, what we'll do is we'll sort of hang on board around our amateur poleman, Random Bruson. Obviously, they do all race together, but we like to give the amateur guys the broadcast time that they deserve. Random Bruson on pole for the amateur guys. Yep, that's correct.
What has happened to the safety pickup truck? It's now a car.
We have a Porsche as our safety car for tonight. We're going to move up to Mr. Harper. And we'll go on the gearbox. Looking back at the absolute carnage just about to unfold, chasing him up. the hill.
Oh, we have got three very compact
And
cars
Elliot
together at the back.
has gone very quick. Elliot's disappeared off that track. Looks like Caruana's got the jump on Luke as well.
Looks like Elliot's definitely trying to gain a gap between the other guys. First place must be some sort of advantage, as you don't need to worry about cars behind.
Definitely is. Looks like we have got Ori dropping down the field in the background. He just got it wrong coming on out of turn one. Drops it on the grass. He's been scrambled to the back of the field by the looks of it. No big crashes. Great to see so far. Oh no, we have got Crow and
let's just say that comment everyone's back on track though.
looks like Luxim drivers Alex and Matt Crow just got together. So Alex is on the outside now currently of our AM leader, Random Busson at the moment. Sorry, our AM second place driver, Random Busson. Mark Fletcher just in chat letting us know that he did just have a bit of a shunt, poor old Dan Moore. I'm not sure what's happened. Where's he gone? He's still there. 20th place at the moment. He's been shuffled down the order. We know Dan has got lots of pace, and we will not be surprised to see him fighting for the AM win once these cars are spread out a little bit. Looking at the front of the field, Linus has just been shuffled down. By the way, it's dropped off a little bit from Emil.
And we are rolling quite nicely down the straight there. Looks like we've got a screw-loose car that's a medium sandwich, but we've got a very smooth Caterpillar rising up there and taking what looks like, yes, a spike corner through there.
That's the chase.
Is pretty comfortable.
It looks like Luke's got back ahead of Caruana as well, so that didn't last long for. That's a mistake from Elliot at the last turn. There's Luke gonna see if he can get a run on him. Pulling up alongside him using that Merc grunt it's got. You know, it's a fast car in a straight line.
He's starting straight, and we definitely got some intensity between Luke and Matt Caruana.
Also,
pretty dangerous.
I think Luke's gonna be looking for a move on Elliot. Here he comes. Straight line speed of that Merc coming into play. Round the outside, can he hang on to it because that corner walks off and he just about stuck it out. Still on the inside now of Elliot coming into Elba. This is looking a little bit sketchy.
Very
too wide.
And we have got cars racing 1v1 sideways through the thin and dangerous track. I'm dreading the worst.
Luke slotting back in the back of behind Elliot. Looked like Adam was taking a bite out of Caruana as well.
Looks like the dangerous track has actually forced the drivers to go into a line.
So Matt Crow is starting to reel them in as well, so this is going to become a 7-way fight for the lead.
Massive cars there, looking really dangerous, and they are all swiveling, keeping brilliant control. I think they definitely deserve a massive well done there for keeping such great control during qualifying. Within the first 3 minutes we had at least 2 crashes. We've only had 1 crash here, meaning that we're being awesome here, getting less crashes in than the qualifying. So that is absolutely brilliant.
Yep, definitely agree with you there, Theo. So we're going to jump on Van Bursten land, leading Amcar at the moment. So he is currently running P9. He's made up 1 place, so he's passed Van Bursten. Liam Williams, currently P11, will want to get past these boys and start working his way onto the back of the pro drivers. It looks like Harper and McEwen are still changing places at the front. Luke needs to be careful that Caruana doesn't get a run on him. Southgate's trying to get a run on Caruana. These boys scrapping extremely hard for a 45-minute race on lap 1. Adam not giving Caruana much of a choice there, letting him know that I'm here, I'm coming through, whether you like it or not. It's like Matt just got the run onto the straight though, so we're on board at the moment with Harper. We're going to go onto the gearbox as he watches out as Esports Mercedes charging up behind him. Looking back in the background as well, we can see the 2 screw-loose cars, and we've got on board with Caruana in the Luxsim24 Lamborghini, looking at the Luxsim24 Ford. So Adam sticking with his old faithful. You've got the two screw loose cars chasing Adam down as well, and then they've obviously got Matt Crow in the Lamborghini car as well. Looks like we've had a couple of crashes at the back of the field. We're going to jump back and see what's happened. Miles Owen and Byron have had a shunt. I'm wondering whether Miles has had a slide and then Byron's got collected by him. So there's a slide from Miles into the wall and just collects Byron.
And we have got a jump there. Brilliant circus trick, but unfortunately that's really sad. For Byron, if I'm correct, stuck on the side there.
We've also had a notification that Carolina's had an accident as well. Drops it. That's going to be...
That overhitting the curb, losing control over the grass, but again, awesome sportsmanship, waiting there, waiting for the cars to pass. I could imagine how utterly painful it is to see your positions lost there.
Yeah, it's definitely a frustration at the top of the hill, because once you have that shunt, that's it, you are stuck there waiting for everybody to come past. We did see Dan Morey copping bad luck again, just getting caught up in that crash by Byron and Miles, so which is a shame for them. So it's fine. We're still looking at these boys fighting right in front. Looks like Elliot and Luke are just starting to break away from Adam. Adam needs to work his way back onto the back of them. So we're going to go back to Daniel Pohl. He has got Morey chasing him down at the moment. Dan will want to quickly dispatch of Daniel, Dan on Dan, and get chasing after the back of Dan Breen, Robbins and Goodbam. Stevie Lowe. So, yeah, Miles having a little bit of a shunt then. So, we're going to see now. We're going to jump on board with Morey. Listen to the sounds of the Altitude Esports Audi R8. So looks to set Daniel Pohl up into turn 3. Turn 2, I should say. Looking like an easy enough move for Morey. That's another position made back up. Dan. He'll be doing his utmost best to try and put himself back in. You're probably going to try and use the experience he learns from the likes of his team manager Mark. As we know, Mark is Altitude's spearhead, extremely fast driver. How many crashed out in sector 1 and 2? To be fair, Flog, we've only had 2 spins. Matt Caruana spun up this section where Dan currently is now, and we lost Miles Owen as well in turn 2. So far though, the guys have done a fantastic job. There's not been too many crashes. We're going to jump on board with a fight for the AM leads. On board, we're going to jump on the gearbox of Wurstein. He has got some angry amateur cars chasing him down to try and make a move. Here comes Brandon Wilson. Looks like he's carrying a bit of damage. He's also got Liam Williams in the Pro Screw Loose Lamborghini car. He's not going to want... Yeah, see, Steve, you know I'm right as well. I agree. Them new colours, mate, look the tits. They are a great looking car. So, we have had an instant. Elliot Harper. What's happened to Elliot Harper?
Let's have a little look there. Following there, gently touching the apex with great control. And now that I know that, though,
that looks like Elliot has sent. So Elliot has sent Luke into the final turns. Had to sit and wait for him. So that's put Southgate now in the lead. Christmas has come at once. He just went, "Thank you, guys. I am off on my way. See you later. Thanks for the lead." So Southgate was running 4th. Patience and consistency. He's now leading this race. We've got Emma Winston in the screw loose Lambo seconds.
At the top of the leaderboard, there's been quite a bit of carnage. We had Caruana, who was doing his very best to stay up there, to stay up top, but unfortunately he spun. And now we have got Adam Southgate, who was previously in 4th. He is now in 1st place.
It looks like... Oh, Jesus Christ. So it looks like we have got... Harper's. Oh, that's a big slide. Wow. We'll give Alex. Yeah, I think he done that by himself. That was an extremely big save from Alex. He should have been in the wall. Give him his due for keeping that one out of the wall. So Dan Robbins has now made a mistake at the top of him. So all these guys all of a sudden are making errors, and he's
Sideways there.
planted that into the wall.
The track there, you are totally right, Billy. Just that way, that could definitely be nothing but the track.
No. These boys still scrapping. That looks like a move for the lead in the amateur class. That's sketchy as hell to go through the chase too wide. Them boys putting a lot of faith in each other. That doesn't look like Randburson could make the move stick. He's now going to come under attack from Williams in the screw-loose Lamborghini. He's going to want to get past him as soon as possible to get onto the pro cars, because at the moment he's being held up by the amateur cars. Looks like Dan Morey's getting a lot of love in chat. There is that fantastic looking Altitude Esports Audi R8. As I said, they've done a great job on bringing that to this championship, and we appreciate the entry from New Altitude boys. Appreciate you coming over to race with us. Nathan Goodman, he's one of our Luxsim24 Academy drivers, new driver, RC racer as well. So looks like he's hanging on to the amateur pack. To be fair, he's third in the AM class, but he's there and not far behind the two AM leaders now. These pro cars are going to start getting a bit impatient. They're not going to want to sit behind these guys for too long, Theo, and they're going to want to shift these two Ferraris out of the way.
It looks like we've got quite a cluster of cars there. I could imagine the pro cars wanting to push them, but we know what happened with Daniel Cole, that they must be a little bit scared, a little bit worried about what could happen if they go too wide.
Yep, definitely agree there. He definitely needs to make something happen, because Alex Crater is heading down to Forest Elbow at the moment. He's the next pro car on the list for the likes of Williams and Lucas, but they can't do nothing about them two Ferraris. We know the Ferrari's fast in a straight line, and it's just keeping them ahead at the moment. But anything I can think of is maybe Williams takes an early pit stop, tries to undercut these two boys. He looks like he's got the pace advantage on the pair of them, but can't make anything of it.
The slight problem though with the Ferraris, which are really fast in the straights, is could any of those drivers, if they haven't practiced enough, could they be unexpectedly caught with a tight curve?
Well, they are. These boys have been in the practice sessions all week that we've been able to set up for them. But it's a very different story when you're in a race with everybody. So we're just going to keep on board with these guys. They're having a fantastic little scrap at the moment. We're now going to look at the front, because it looks like Emil's moving on to the back of Adam. Adam's not got this all his own way at the moment. So we've got Southgate leading in fourth. We've got Engelstead in second place. We've got Linus Herring in third. Matt Crow fourth. That is Dan Robbins just getting back out the pits again after he's into the top of the hill with the chain. Luke McEwen in fifth place. Obviously had a little bit of a run in with Elliott early on. He's trying to move his way back up the field. Elliott is still running. No, Elliott has now dropped down the field. Where is Elliott? Elliott's had another shunt by the looks of it. Pushing too hard into turn two. What's he done? Over-rotated the rear of the car, I'd imagine. On the power too early, and that's it. She's gone round on him.
There we go. We've got quite a spin there. Horizontal on the track there. Could pose a bit of a danger, but we've had good control. Oh, and we have a massive turn there. Fabulous, fabulous control.
That was
huge well done to everyone there for avoiding a massive hit.
That was some fantastic driving and reaction work from Lucas and Williams, because I'm pretty sure they come around that corner completely blind. That's another cut. Dan Robbins again facing the wrong way down the hill. So these boys have done an absolutely fantastic job to avoid that, because they wouldn't have been able to see much following the two AM car Ferraris. They would have been completely blindsided by Elliott's car in the middle of the track. So that's a fantastic bit of work from these guys to avoid that one. So obviously Dan Robbins could just drop it at the top of the hill again. So Brandon Busson still absolutely hounding the back of that other Ferrari. He's desperate to take the lead off of Burstein, so these boys are putting on a great show at the moment. Looking at the front of the field, so Adam is still leading by 0.6 of a second, and then Engelsted's a second ahead of Aaron. We're going to stay with these AM boys though.
It looks like Adam Southgate's got really great control.
He's doing a fantastic job at the front Southgate, so controlled race in the Ford. So we are going to stick with the amateur boys for the moment. They are putting on a great race, these two. So I can imagine that Brandon Buston will want to set up Bustin for the back straight, or is he going to make a move earlier? Bustin was trying to break the toe, but that's not going to work. Brandon is stuck to his back bumper. He's going to look for an outside into turn 2. Can't quite. Oh, small touch, rear quarter to front right quarter. Goes up the hill. This is pulling Williams back into the fight as well. Obviously lost a bit of time.
I'm massively impressed by that huge cluster of cars. A good mix of pro and amateur. And there has been no trouble there. They have managed to avoid a massive crash. I'm really impressed.
Definitely a great job by the Screw Loose boys for, say, avoiding Elliott's car horizontal across the track, as you said. That was eyes on stilts for the guys. I bet they come around that corner not expecting that. Oh, we have had a humongous smash. That has sent poor old. I believe that was Bursting that was sent outside the track. That was not good. What happened there? So let's just quickly jump on board with.
Oh, and we've got a car flying there. I think that's an attempt to grow wings.
So it looks like Bursting made the instant, got back across the track, and Williams just sent him over the wall. That was
and again, cars shooting back there, right it, but still keeping a massive control there. Very happy with that. Very impressed.
Jump forward. That's not a lot that Liam Williams could do about that. That was full send and sent him straight over the barrier. But that's now put Williamson at the back of the grid. He's going to come in for the pits, I'd imagine. Take the fast repair, get that car sorted out, because the front end on it is looking a bit flat compared to what it did before. Looks like. We've got a few guys coming into pits. So obviously Elliot Harper's coming into the pits. So he's had a bit of a shocker at the start of this run. He was leading early on, and then all gone a little bit wrong for him. So yep, it's unlucky for Elliot. We're going to jump back with the likes of. So we've got Miles, still on track. Currently running in P19. Ray Peasley in another TCE Ferrari. He's currently running in P20. It looks like Elliot Harper's just come back out of the pits. He's got Mark Southgate ahead of him. Tristan Rosier. So these boys at the back doing a fantastic job. They might not be at the front fighting for the positions, but they are keeping the cars on track. As you can see, the cars are still clean. And that's a fantastic bit of work from this guy. And a young Daniel Pole.
And again, looking brilliant with those glow-in-the-dark wheels. Absolutely loving the paint scheme. I think we've definitely got quite a few colourful cars this race here. I'm really enjoying that. You can tell that these guys were prepared for a night race. I think it's definitely rather interesting to see all of these paint schemes in the dark. Do they actually work? Do they actually glow in the dark?
You definitely wouldn't miss that car in the dark. I can't say you won't miss that car. So Dan Morris currently P11. Dan's up to. He's chasing down Nathan Goodman. He's taking about a second a lap out of Goodman. That will be a fight for position because he will move up in the amateur class. So after Buston's demise being sent down the mountain, the AM class is looking a little bit different. So Brandon Buston's currently taking the lead. Obviously, he just about avoided the shunt, spinning Buston back across the track. Goodman's currently P2 in class. Dan Morey P3. Now, looking at it, looking at who's made the pit stops and who hasn't. That means Morey will be running P3 in class. Obviously, after he got shuffled off the track at the start, there's a fantastic job for him. So I'm going to leave you with the sounds of Theo for the minute. Just need to sort something out, and I'll be back with you guys.
You absolutely absolute lucky bunch who gets to hear my beautiful voice, and we have got a line car going down that turn there. I will still argue that it is pink instead of red, but I'm sure that that will definitely have a few arguments on that side. And we've got a few more cars coming down here. Sorry that I can't exactly names going here. We've got a nice cluster of three, and we've got mass cluster going down here. I'm slightly worried about this. I'm thinking that there will be a few crashes. You know, if the road gets blocked, what could happen? Could all of these cars end up piling up? And we do not know that exactly, but we will continue to watch the cars going through the corners there with quite a bit of speed, going down and around the bend, and the utter speed, the utter sound of it is really, really impressive. I think that we've got a screw loose car right there. Again, another screw loose bunch by a Bathurst. And we are continuing to go down. Now this is the part of the track that actually goes downhill, so this could be quite dangerous. It could be too tempting to go fast. As we got after that downhill, we've got quite a sharp chicane. And now we are continuing to go downhill after our full 180-degree turn. But I think that this part, yeah, this part's definitely a bit more gentle, and the track's a little wider, so I could imagine some battles being here, but it looks like we've got some light cruising so far. And we are continuing to drive across this straight, and we've got quite a few nice and gentle bends, so that is across the arm part comes up there, and then we will have a very harsh 90-degree turn. Very painful. I don't think that that's turned up yet, or it will be turning up soon. And there we go. And that is very, very tight. I'm surprised that we haven't had too much danger there so far. And we've got some more cars continuing on. We are seeing bunch. We are currently spectating Mr. Lucas. I can't exactly see the first name there. Oh, and we've had as we've got a sideways battle there. Now the problem with the sideways battles at Bathurst is that that can be very, very dangerous if you go too wide on the corners. Now we're back behind preparing to take all these turns that we've now these drivers have practiced this track that is Bathurst, but the massive difference is that you will have different cars and that's about the width of the track and the danger, so this may be getting people slightly out of their comfort zone. And we are continuing our heroic bunch, going through the at massive speeds, and we are going up and down, and I'm thinking that could be costing a lot of fuel. We haven't had too many fuel stops yet, and we are going across that turn. Another very truck that had unfortunately tried to grow wings, but we've definitely avoided that nicely. And so far we haven't had any too bad crashes here, which is brilliant to see. Oh, and we've got a cluster here, and that cluster is getting slightly wide, so I'm a little bit worried that we could be having a little bit of tension over here, but we seem to be going really fine. So I just want to say a massive well done to everyone. Brilliant control over this hard track. I know that some people have decided not to brave it, which is a perfectly fine decision, as I have realised the utter danger of this track. And we've got our Italian flag car going along there. Unfortunately, I'm not the best at guessing around, but I do recognise that the meat in the sandwich there is a screw-loose car, and we are going down the straight, looking nice and smooth at a nice and constant pace. Currently, we are spectating Gregory Van Hose, if I have pronounced that correctly. Let's cross our fingers, and I think we've got a little bit of a rampage here. We've got our Italian friend's car there that has appeared at the back of the line after previously leaving it. It looks like there may have been a slight bit of trouble as we've got quite a slow down. We are now spectating going up and around the corner. Very, very nice. Our fabulous three going up there. Not much carnage we've had
We are back. I've just noticed that we have had an incident for Dan Morey coming through Skyline. I'm going to hazard a guess. Coming in quite quickly. Just rotates the car. Can't quite bounce off and gets so.
Well, hitting the side there is correct that as the temperature grow wingspan the dangerous part.
I'm not quite sure what happened as well, but Luke McKeown has had an accident as well at some point. He's in pit lane. He's not come back out onto track. We're back live. We are on board with Southgate. He's got 2 cars between him at the moment until Brandon Burson comes in E2. We have had but, you know, well, so you know, Steve, we are training Theo up, be the sole commentator. I'm not very good at this stuff. I'm crap. So, but looking at the also, so Southgate's not pitted yet. So this is the reason why Adam is so far ahead at the moment. He's currently not entered the pits. Nor is Randon Burson. So he's our leading AM car. Dan Breen is currently in third. He's not pitted. He has pitted. No, he's not pitted, I'm afraid. Dan Breen is currently P3. He's not pitted. Linus is our next car who has pitted. And then he's got Emil. That's a big shunt for Emil. That's not what he needs. That is most likely... Yeah, that car's now crabbing. That's bent the car. That's his night done and dusted, I'm going to say. Macro has pitted. He is currently P6. He's going to move up to P5 now with that incident from Engelstead. So it's a shame for Emma. He was having a fantastic race, and he's now got to try and bring that car back to the pits, take a fast repair, and see if he can salvage something from this race. Harper making his way back through the field as well, so we've seen him make a couple of little mistakes. Daniel Pole still doing absolutely fantastic. He actually has pitted. No, he is not pitted. So, sorry, my bad. It was Pole hasn't pitted, but running P8. He's again hasn't crashed. Doing a great job. Kept the car on the iron, and that will give him a good result tonight if he can keep that car on the iron. He's got Alex chasing him down, who has pitted. Luke has now. So this is, I think, what happened to Luke. I'm going to say this is his. Luke's not having the best of nights tonight. Coming in quite hot.
Look, I'm having a little look at Matthew Dan Breen, who is in 3rd place, which is absolutely brilliant. And we've got a spin there with quite a bit of smoke. Yeah, it's definitely looking like it's not Luke's race at the moment. A sad bash into the side.
He's definitely not having a great time. So Engelstead has managed to make it back to the pit, so he can try and take a fast repair on that car, get himself back on track, and carry on. Daniel Pole is in the pits. Good man, takes over the 11th place. He moved up to P10. So our leading car at the moment is Randon Bushen's AM driver. Not pitted yet. Carried on, making as much ground as he can while he's got clear air. He has got Dan Breen chasing him down at the moment, and obviously will inherit the race lead is Southgate. Mr. Ford, as you can see on the side of his car. So this is a great showing from the amateur driver of Randon Burson. So started P2, I believe, in class. He is running P1 at the moment. He has not pitted yet, so people. No, he is not actually the official leader of the race. He is the amateur car leader, class leader, but he's doing a fantastic job. I mean, Dan Breen's not catching him. No, Dan Breen is pretty quick around here. So, there's Southgate.
I know that Matthew is definitely doing his practice quite intensely. I think now's the moment to try and kick it in, but unfortunately, you previously highlighted, Billy, this track is brilliant when you're by yourself, but when you're with multiple people, the track is too thin and it's got too many turns for it to be safe.
It looks like Morey just made a pass on Daniel Poles. Daniel Poles come back out on track in P20. That will be P19 for Morey. Morey looking to try and make something up of this race. He's not had much luck. He's got himself stuck in the wall at the top of the hill with a mistake. But obviously after being shuffled out of the track early on, it's not what he needed. So Burstin's managed to get himself back up to P17. Considering we see the state of that car, Theo, after it got sent at Skyline, I think he's doing not a bad job to be running P17 at the moment.
Flew absolutely massive. I'm surprised that we're still racing there. Brilliant resistance.
Bursting just making his way through Forest Elbow and heading off down the Conroy Straight. So Miles Owen is his next target. He P16. Mark Southgate currently running in P15. He's doing a great job tonight. Tristan Roger, this is by far his best showing of the season. So I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to put the commentators cursing him, but Tristan doing a great job. We've got Gregory Van Hove, currently P13. He is, I'm not 100% sure if he is an amateur or I believe he is amateur. So he is P3 in class. Now, Brandon Busson has now pitted and come out P7. This is a fantastic result for Brandon Busson. Looks like Dan Breen's jumped him in the pits and is on the back of Mr. Crater. Elliot Harper has managed to move himself up to P4 now, so obviously we had that few little accidents that they had. How long we got left? They should say top left hand corner there. I believe that is Mr. Pole, isn't it? That's Pole, part of a pole. There's just under 15 minutes to go of this race. We're looking at the lap times at the moment. Harper is the fastest car on track. Crow running in third place. That's Harper's next target. Linus running P2. These two boys, Adam and Linus, are a fair way up the road. I'd imagine Harper's target is to try and bring on the podium after the incidents at the start of the race. Obviously, Crater's not going to want to look too long at the front end of that Ford and want to disappear off up the track, but we know Dan Breen has got good pace. Brandon Buston hanging on to the back of him as our amateur leader, William Williams, currently running P8. With Aidan Lucas, the two screw-loose Lamborghinis have pretty much been nosed out for this entire race. Emma Wingstead trying to make his way back up the order. Obviously, we see he had a bit of a shunt at the top of the hill. He has got Nathan Goodman chasing him down. So Nathan is our P2 placed amateur car. Obviously, Caruana doing the same thing as well, working his way back up the grid after the hits he had at the top of the hill early on. Gregory Van Hove, he's our P3 amateur driver. I'm sure. Tristan Rosier. Mark Southgate. They have got Miles Owens for company, chasing him down. And then Adam Burstein, Ray Peasley, the charging Dan Morey, young Daniel Polt, and then Luke Kieran currently P21. I believe he is a lap down on the majority of the cars. He will be looking to try and chase Daniel Polt down. Polt is a fair 40 seconds up the road from Luke, possibly even for someone of Luke's calibre, a bit too much to try and go into. Dan Robbins is still making his way around the track. Tough night for young Dan. Now, I think the amateur third place driver at Sebring, one going his way tonight. Looks like Byron has left the building as well. Too long. Byron wasn't a bit too much for Byron, was it? Just looking through the field, our closest battle on track at the moment is between Alex and Dan Breen. So Dan Breen want to use the superior straight line speed of the Ford to try and make a move on Alex, but Alex is wily old fox. He will not let Dan Breen go so easily. So they are Luxim teammates, but as I say that, small error from Alex. That's a run for Dan Breen on him.
Okay, absolutely brilliant. Quite a nice picture going down the straight there.
Definitely, that was a small error by the looks of it from, I think that was Lucas. Harper's back into the pits again.
And looks like we're going really smoothly there. You've got yourself a screw loose car and everything's going out now.
Looks like Harper's had another incident. What did he do? So end
have a little look on the crash cam.
End of the chase, runs wide, and he looks like he's damaged the back of the car as well. So he's had an incident somewhere else along the lines.
A bit there over the grass.
Yeah, so he's still in the track. So Alex has got back past Dan Breen again. So these two are giving us a good fight and a good scrap at the moment. Liam Williams is on the back of Brandon Booster now. Well, Aidan Lucas did make a mistake. He was quite close to... Yeah, 60 litres is probably a bit too much for him. But he has been doing a fantastic job tonight. You know, it's great. He's probably the difficult track.
Everyone's been keeping absolutely massive control here. We've got a very dangerous track here. We haven't had any major track flops, and I know that you, Billy, were worrying that you might need to get the safety car out. Let's hope that not too much bad will happen, but we've got about 9 minutes left to the race, and I'm hoping that we won't have any major incidents there. Everyone sort of seemed to have found their ground.
Jesus Christ, Adam, I just had to mute myself, mate, to laugh at that, reading that. Thank you very much. Yeah, as I said, Daniel Pole doing a fantastic job. Dan Morey running off up the road. He's trying to chase down Peasley, so looking at the lap times, last lap, and didn't have the best of laps by the looks of it. Lost a couple of seconds to Ray. Ray did a 2:05 too. That's a fast lap. He is on the back of Boosting now. We've got Mark Southgate still doing a great job. He's got Miles Owen just ahead of him at the moment. I believe they have swapped places. If we could look at the number board, yeah, Miles was 16th, Southgate was 15th, so they have swapped places. Roger still running well in E14. Harper's back out of the pits again in P13. He's not going to be happy because looked like he was on for a podium.
We are looking quite gentle and quite smooth at the moment. I can imagine Harper being quite frustrated. I see that Matthew was previously in 3rd place, if I'm correct. He's gone down to 5th place, and on the leaderboard there's Adam still in 1st place.
Yeah, so Dan Green is still trying to chase down Crater due to Luxsim drivers. So Random Person has got Liam moving on to his back bumper. Liam's going to be fed up with the sight at the back of that Random Person car. And I think Random Person's going to be fed up with the sight of the Screwless Lamborghini in his rearview mirror because he's had it there pretty much for the last 40 minutes, hasn't he, Theo?
Yes, we've definitely had some intense racing there. Backing up there, Random Person trying to take out Matthew there.
That's great work from young Dan Robbins, just moving off the track, so he doesn't have to make any effect on the ongoing race. So keeps down board now. This time, Liam's on the back of Random Bussen. Random Bussen hasn't got a draft, so we had Bussen in front of him last time, which was just giving enough of a toe to keep him away from Liam. Now he hasn't got the toe anymore. So we're going to jump on board with the Lambo. Here he comes up inside through the chase. This is going to be brave.
Extremely noisy there and overtaking.
Random Bussen's sticking it back up the inside.
Battle right there. Taking the inside of the corner and tap a little bit there. The inside of the corner are really going to depend who wins in this.
Some very close racing. Williams on the blinkers. I suspect he's at the moment is saying, I am a pro driver, you're an amateur driver, you are fighting me for no reason at the moment. But I suspect...
Well, by the looks of it, if the amateur driver actually wins, that's definitely some bragging right.
It most definitely is. I'd imagine that is what Brandon Bussen's currently saying. He's probably on the trigger saying, nope, I am going to beat you in this race. I don't care if you're a pro driver, you're not coming past me unless I can really make sure of it. Here comes Williamson. Up the side, that was tight from Williams. That was hit the shoulder barge. Out the way, buddy. I'm coming through now. He gets rid of one screw loose Lamborghini. There is now another one on his tail. Yeah, Mark, the Lambo with low wing, mate, in the draft does chip along well. We're going to go on the gearbox with Random Boosten looking back at now. That's now Aidan Lucas. Come through McPhilly now. That Lamborghini extremely close.
Screwless car really trying to overtake it there, looking pretty intense. By the looks of it, we've only got 5 minutes left. I think that these 5 minutes are definitely going to be pretty intense. In the first lap, we had quite a bit of battle, surprisingly enough, for a 45-minute race. But we're going to have a little look. Will the last lap be as good as the first lap?
I do believe Random Buster still has got a bit of a tow from the Williams car at the moment, but I suspect Lucas will want to get this done as soon as possible. Keep on the back of his teammate. Random Buster got a bit of a tow there still, so not enough for Lucas to make the move on him. So these boys having a right old scrap. Does look like Dan Breen is on the back of Crater again.
Matthew Damron's definitely trying to put up the fight there. He was originally in third place. He wants back his third place, maybe even to get to first place. I know that there's definitely some competition between Adam and Matthew there, but can it be shown in this race? Again, as I previously highlighted, now we've only got about 4 minutes left. Can Matthew gain those spots?
I say it's a bit too late for, unless there is some big errors from the likes of Linus, who is currently 4 seconds off the back of Southgate. So Linus bringing home a great race for the Screwloose guys. And then Crow in P3, he started P7 I believe, so he's made up 5 places. Yeah, he started. Crater's made up 3 places. Dan Breen has made up 18 places. He's our biggest mover of the race, so...
Absolutely massive. I think that we had an animal Alex last race. I can't remember his exact. We made up 22 positions.
It was Alex that made it up last race, but then ran out of fuel on the last lap. So Alex.
But we had Byron push him.
That's it. Old Byron in chat, he did push him across the line. So I can imagine that at the moment, Mr. Lucas is screaming at his teammate to get away from Brandon Brusson, because he's at the moment giving Brandon Brusson a tow, which is not doing any favours to Lucas. Now Lucas has made a big mistake coming down the hill. He's now put his teammate on the back of him. Eggleston, who's making his way back through the field after the shunt he had early on. We have a Dan Breen fan in chat, Jeff the Bulldog. Welcome to the stream, Jeff. He's on our YouTube page. Will Eggleston send it into the end of the chase? No, he doesn't. Hangs back for the moment. May want to, hopefully they're in chat and they can help each other, push each other along to the back of Williams and Ryan Bruson again. So Dan Breen's still on the back of Crater. Can't do anything about it at the moment. But we are at 43 minutes, so let's see where Southgate is. Southgate's at the top of the hill. He'll be probably looking at getting one more lap in after this one. Seeing how he gets through Skyline, and obviously he has young Daniel Polt just ahead of him. Looking through the field, if we have any close fights. Tristan...
I think that everyone sort of found their ground there. I think there's still some intensity between Dan Breen and Crater there. Hopefully Dan Breen, with his support from our friend Jeff in the chat, will be able to take that. And of course I've got a little bit of bias towards Matthew.
So, this, one of the close fights on the track will be Miles chasing down and Elliot Harper back in the pits again. Not been the best of nights for Elliot, but the car pole, and that McLaren, I should say, has seen the wall there a few times. Here he comes in, bringing that car to a stop. So, yeah, obviously Miles chasing down. Here comes Harper. Here comes Adam, and no, he would not get the extra lap. This is the white flag lap for Southgate. Currently in the lead by 4 seconds. Linus has been chipping away at him. I don't think he's going to be close enough to do anything about it. Crater's still got Dan Breen on the back of him. Alex has just got enough pace to keep him at bay. We're back at Williamson. He's got just about breaking the toe from Random Burson. Now Aidan Lucas has still got his teammate all over the back bumper.
He's definitely been trying to push people at the moment. But looks like we've hit quite a good standby there.
It does. Mr. Random Burson has had a fantastic race. He's here to lead up. He's currently P7. Good and is our second place amateur car. We have Gregory Van Hover's currently on the back straight. We've got Tristan Rosier now, which is about to come under a fair bit of pressure from Miles Owen onto the last lap. So this will be Tristan's best result. Nearly clips the coming onto Conrob. He's not going to want to let that Ferrari through. I've got a feeling he's going to have an issue keeping that Ferrari behind him. Here comes the...
Brilliant. Have them got a nice colourful helmet there, trying to add pressure.
That looks like a bit of an overshot from Tristan. That is an overshoot from Tristan. Tristan's off the track now. Just probably spending a bit too much time looking in mirrors, didn't quite catch his braking point. That's let Miles through to P4 in class. So Southgate Harper's still going. We will definitely give him kudos for not giving up tonight. Spent a fair bit of time in the wall. Not been great. McEwen's still going as well in P21. I don't know if he's... Yeah, he will not catch anybody else this race, I don't believe. We're looking at Maury. He's moving on to the back of Daniel Pole. Looks like he's... I believe Southgate has come across to take the win. So that's Southgate bringing home the win tonight at Bathurst. Linus Aaron coming away P2. Looks like Maury just ran out of time to get to Pole. So Pole coming home P18. Great race from young Daniel. Very, very good. Have a quick look. So jumping back to the TV screen, our closest fight looks like Harper's dropped behind Bursting again. Pretty sure he was ahead of him. So here comes Harper. We're just going to quickly see where our closest fights is. Obviously we know Crater and Dan Breen come across the line in P4 and 5. Liam Williams P6. Our amateur winner, Mr. Ryan Burson, doing a fantastic job tonight. That was a great race from Mr. Ryan Burson. Obviously Lucas and Eggleston coming home in 8th and 9th. Caruana P10, he just got good bang on the last lap to move himself back up into the top 10. Gregory Van Hove just coming into the final corner. Yeah, he's bringing home P12. Miles got Tristan on the last lap. Southgate's running P15, so keep an eye on the guys. I believe the fights are not... the only fight we've got is Harper coming at pushing on the last lap. Here comes that McLaren, and I don't think Bursting's got much of a choice. Elliott's coming past him. That was a clean move from Elliott. Moves himself up one place overall. So not the best of nights for Elliott for his championship hopes. But then his closest rival in the championship was McKeown, and it was like both of them have had a bit of a bad night, really. So they're all finished now. I am going to give our driver of the day to Mr. Brandon Burson. Done a fantastic job tonight. He's, as said, he in the fight with the pro cars pretty much most of the evening. Yeah, driver of the day. I hope you agree, Theo, Sir Brandon Burson.
Definitely agree. He's put up a brilliant fight. Been really impressed.
And these are our overall results. So our winner at Bathurst for SRE round 5 was Adam Southgate. Linus Aaron bringing home P2. Matt Crow P3. Alex Crater P4. Matt Dan Breen P5. Ian Williams P6. Nico Brandon Burson, our winner of the AM class in P7. Aidan Lucas P8. Emil Ingolstead P9. Matt Caruana P10. Good Band P11, Gregory Van Hove 12, Miles Owen 13th, Tristan Rosier 14th, Upper Southgate in 15th, Harper coming home in 16th, Adam Burstein 17th, Daniel Pole in 18th, and then the rest of the field coming as Dan Murray 19th, Ray Peasley 20th, Luke McKeown 21st, Dan Robbins 22nd, Brian Russell 20th, Andy Murray 4th. So, that is the end of our racing tonight, guys. Thank you very much to everybody that's joined us tonight. I see we've had some great viewers. I hope it's been Good viewing for you guys, good broadcast. Hopefully everything ran smoothly for you guys. And so next week, I believe, is the last round, and I'll give you where we're going to be. So last round is Zuka for a 90-minute 90-minute race around Suzuka Circuit. So it brings home our championship for our first beta season. It'll be me and Theo again on the commentary, and fingers crossed, guys can give you some great racing. Hopefully, we'll have some more cars on track next week as well, as it'll be a little bit more of a doable track for people. Anything you would like to say, Theo?
Not much, other than brilliant job at avoiding the track blocking. I know that Billy was definitely not looking forward to taking the safety car out if the track had blocked. Luckily, the track didn't block. Everyone practiced really well, and genuinely a really awesome race.
Yep, definitely was a great race from everybody. So yeah, that's it from us, guys. Thank you very much for everybody joining us. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And yeah, guys, from myself and Theo, we'll see you next Friday. And myself, I'll be back streaming either later on tonight or tomorrow for the Bathurst 12 hours, where myself, Matt Crow, and Matt Caruana will be attempting to take the Lambo around the Mountain of Hell for 12 hours. If we can bring home a great result. I'd also like to shout out Matthew Damberine. I will post a link to his Discord, so his Twitch channel. So Damberine is going to be taking on the 12 hours for mental health charity by himself, which is going to be, I think, it's a great cause. And I honestly, if anybody can go cheer him on, any donations, obviously, he'd be greatly appreciated. I believe he's broke £300 already. He's not even started the race yet, which I know he's
That's
absolutely.
an absolutely brilliant thing. He's definitely been tracking it very keenly, and it
Yeah.
has been something he's looked forward for a while.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he will be fed, he will be watered, and he will have time to go to the toilet. Don't worry.
But yeah. Yeah. If you guys, what I'm gonna do, guys, what I'll do is I'll post a link to the SRE Discord in chat. So, no, I'm sorry, I'm going to post a link to Dan Breen's Twitch in chat. It'd be in all the Discord channels. But yeah, if you guys could cheer him on, even, a little, if you guys, it's not expected, but obviously a massive help to his cause for what he's doing for mental health. Fantastic for people if they could drop him a little donation, a little view, cheer him on. That'd be great. So yeah, guys, from myself and Theo, that's it for tonight. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. And yeah, we'll see you next week for 90 minutes of Suzuka for the final round of the SRE Championship. See you soon, guys. Thank you.